Hey guys, this is Meredith from LymeCompass.net's blog, and we just got back home after going to a beloved friend's wedding, and we haven't made a video in a while, and we've been away from home for, I don't know, a little over a week, and when we came back everything's like a foot taller, and so I was cutting back some stevia, and I just want to document it, tell you a little bit about it. I am just working on cutting back some of the stevia because it's going to bloom soon, and if I cut it all the way back, then we'll get several more rounds of harvest from it. So this little plant here is going to come right back and in no time be ready to harvest again. So many of you may be familiar with the research going on with stevia and Lyme disease. It's Dr. Eva Sappi at the University of New Haven who did some in vitro studies with stevia against the Borrelia bacteria and found it to be more effective than many pharmaceutical antibiotics. And it's been passed all around social media that, you know, stevia can cure Lyme disease. It's important to note that these studies were done in a petri dish, and the human body is a bit more complicated than the petri dish. And I can tell you that myself and my family have been using stevia for years. We choose to have very little sugar in our diet because for us sugar is inflammatory and it taxes the immune system. And because stevia is so sweet, it's a wonderful sugar alternative that doesn't spike the blood sugar. It's great for diabetics, but we've been using it a long time. And we are not cured from Lyme disease. And we use it as a tool to help us try to maintain our health as best we can. And we have access to these fresh leaves from the early spring into about late November, early December, at which time it will die back. It's a perennial. It'll come back again. Excuse me, I'm swallowing stevia. And we can dig up some of these plants and we can bring them inside and have them as a house plant. So if you're really sick, if you can't walk outside to your garden, or if you're in an apartment or you're in a place where you can't have anything growing, having stevia in a potted plant is a great idea. You can just snip the tips every day and have some wonderful fresh stevia. It's very sweet. One leaf in your tea will sweeten your tea, or coffee, or whatever beverage you choose. We do a lot of lemonade with stevia leaf. What else can I tell you? It's kind of complicated to bake with stevia. I make gelatin gummy bears sweetened with stevia. You can use it in jams or berry sauces, all sorts of things. But baking, I have not yet perfected. What else can I tell you? I feel that the medicine is in the fresh plant. There are many different extracts available commercially, and because of its attention, I feel like more and more big business are getting involved in the stevia trade, and there's a lot of white powdered extracts, and you can get high quality white powder extracts of stevia that are pure, that are often water extractions that are then clarified and crystallized. But a lot of big companies are cutting that with like artificial sweeteners. So you need to be really careful about the powdery substance. Read your label, make sure you know what's in it. It dries really easily. You know, I can just basically take small little things and hang them up in the shade in the house, and they'll dry beautifully, and jar it up, and then you can have it dried to put in your beverages. And some people will make glycerin extractions or alcohol extractions, and you'll see some of those where it's like a liquid extract that you can just put a couple drops in. But the fresh plant is, I think, the best way to go. So it's readily available in many nurseries. Our friends the other day went to a nursery and found these for 50 cents and brought them back to us because they know that we use stevia. And yeah, I'm just gonna cut this back, cut a bunch of this back, and it'll just burst forth again. And I can thin this too. A lot of this just came up. We let it go to seed in the fall because we're hoping just to spread it more and more. But you know, I can move some of these and spread it out, and they'll branch out more. And such a great plant, so sweet. Thanks, guys.